welcome to the Performer's Guide Get Your Act Together 21-Day Personal Challenge. My name is Kristen Railing, and thank you so much for joining me in this program. So I've done this program 4 times now, but in the mastermind group, and I've been working super hard on finalizing this program and getting it ready for the public. And so I've decided to run it this round in the Performer's Guide Backstage group to give all of my amazing supporters and contributors and clients, past clients, anybody who has been involved in the Performer's Guide, an opportunity to get their act together for the beginning of 2023. So this program was designed by me to help you not create a stage act. I know Get Your Act Together sounds like it could be a stage act creation course, but this one is our personal development self-help course. So this one is elements of this course will be things that we've probably done together in our time, if we've been private client and mentor, if you've gone through any of my group coaching, if we've even just done a Q&A call. Oftentimes I will talk about getting your act together, goal setting, time management, task management, etc., which I'll go over here in a second. And I just want to make sure that you all are set up for the year. 2023, we're coming out of a long pandemic. Everything was up in the air for a while. It's starting to become steadier. We're getting a new workflow going. And it's time to really get our act together and get ourselves out there. And before we get ourselves out there, and even while we're doing it, we really want to make sure that we are being professional and that we have our act together and that we feel good and that we are just doing our best. And so that's what this program is designed to help you feel like you have support, group support, community support, support from me, support from the program. And also resources. There's going to be tons of resources. I'm going to make videos once a day for the next 21 days in the morning around this time to just help motivate you guys. We're going to talk about all sorts of things, and I'm really excited to get this program going. So I believe probably about a quarter to a half of you have probably gone through some portion of this program with me. And I've done it in different iterations. And again, this one's going to be different than any other time that we've run it. So this time it's going to be 100% forward-facing program, which means I'm going to be doing lives on this program through this Facebook group. There's not going to be any Wednesday calls. There's no private calls associated with this. This is just a 100% free program that I'm offering as a live to help me be sure this program is solidified before I publicly promote it. So if during the program you have questions or would like support, feel free to comment in the video. Feel free to post in this group. But this does not include group coaching. This does not include phone calls. But you will get community support from me in this group. So I'm trying to get the messages out of my private messaging and into this group so that I can better just combine all of the materials that I'm sharing with everybody. So why did I create this program? This program is really designed because, when I created the Performer's Guide, I thought I was just going to be giving business advice and performing advice. And I really realized that what people need a lot of is help setting goals. They need help just figuring out where they're at in life. Maybe they need help gaining clarity on what their purpose is right now, especially during the pandemic. Everybody was zigging and zagging, and it was confusing. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. And so I created Get Your Act Together to sort of help you do the step-by-step process that I do for myself once a year, at least, and often I'll do it 2 or 3 times a year. But that leads to, why would you want to do this program, or when is it a good time to do this program? And the answer is anytime, really. I like to do it at the beginning of the year because it's a good time to set resolutions, to create new goals and habits and routines. But this is an excellent program to fall back onto any time of the year. And all of these videos in this program will stay up in the group, so you'll have access to them year round. And the workbook is also there, designed to give you support throughout this journey of getting our goals together, getting our time management together. Okay. So some feelings you might have that will let you know, oh, maybe it's time for me to get my act together. If you feel extremely disorganized, if you're feeling stressed out, if you're feeling lack of clarity on what your goals are, or maybe you're lacking in your purpose and you're feeling maybe just a little bit unfulfilled in what you're currently doing, this might be a good time to pop into the Get Your Act Together program. Yeah. Some other signs would be if you're missing calls. Are you missing calls with me? Are you scheduling calls and then canceling them? Are you scheduling calls and completely missing them? And not just with me, with clients, with other people. Are you missing deadlines? Are you extremely big on procrastinating, or are you feeling lazy? Maybe you're feeling a little bit depressed even. This is all a good time to tap into our Get Your Act Together program skills so that we can create these habits that even when we're in our slump, even if we're not feeling totally grounded, that we still have these habits in place that will push us forward, that will help us feeling like we're not just completely falling apart. Some other ones is if you're struggling to maintain your emotions, if you're struggling with your clients, with other people, it's time to sort of tap in of like, oh, maybe I've overcommitted. Maybe I'm not taking care of myself. Maybe I need to just take a step back and reground myself before re-engaging with people. So those are kind of the reasons why I created the program. And then on the introduction to today's worksheet, it asks you to list other reasons that you potentially might need to get your act together. Maybe some things have been going on recently that keep coming up and you're like, oh, there it is. That is an area in my life which I need to get it together. And if you don't know yet, we're going to do our Wheel of Life here in a few days, and that'll definitely help round out what's missing in our life. But for now, you might come into the program knowing, okay, I have a few things that I need to nip in the butt. There are 3 components to this program. One is habit tracking. I created a habit tracker and I have filled in the habit tracking items that I do, and opportunity for you to create your own. And throughout the 21 days, we're just going to see where we're at. We're going to see where our holes are, where we're doing really well. And we're going to start to track our habits and just see what's going on. And as part of that, there is also going to be a no-no list. And in the no-no list, it's the opposite of a habit. So in the no-no list, these are habits that we do not want to do during it. And so we're going to strive to eliminate some habits, and we're going to strive to incorporate new habits. And we're going to touch base on more depth of what those are in the next couple days. And then there is a printable workbook. And I know I've said it before, but I am so close to having the performer's guide completely done. I've figured out the formatting. I've got it locked down. This is happening, folks. This is not a drill. And so part of this is a real printable workbook for Get Your Act Together program. And it includes the introduction, which is today's information. And in the introduction, it's going to have everything you need in that document to do the Get Your Act Together program. And so today's day one. All you need to do is find and access this document, be able to open it, and read the document, okay? And in the document, you're going to be able to see the schedule. And in the schedule, each day is laid out. And so when I say day 2, you could just click on day 2 and it'll take you to that day's worksheet. And so today, I welcome you to print out, either you have the opportunity to either print them out each day as you go, or you could just print them all out at once. So if you want to print out week 1 this week, and then week 2 next week, week 3, you could also do it that way. So there's no right or wrong way. They're all available there for you to print at your leisure. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the schedule and what you can expect over the course of the next 21 days. Today, again, is day 1. So you're just going to go over the welcome packet. You're going to watch this welcome video and make sure you have access to the program itself. And then tomorrow, we're going to start talking about our habit tracking. Here, you're going to make sure you have the habit tracker. And I'm going to create a video going over all of the different habits on that list. And then day 3, we're going to go over the no-no list, which is the bottom part of the habit tracker. And these are going to be the activities we want to remove from our habits. And with the combination of those two, it'll help set us up for success for the rest of the program. Then we're going to set our alarms. We're going to make sure that we have our time blocking down, getting our alarms set, so we make sure that we are showing up to things, we are arriving on time, that we have this planned in our day to watch this, to do the worksheets, and we're going to get our alarms going. Next, we're going to figure out our time blocking. So we're going to figure out just what we've got going on already in our calendar for the upcoming year that we want to put in there. Then we are going to just start to map out things that we're already currently doing that maybe we want to start, stop, do more or less of. This is a really fun worksheet that I like to do. That's really great in alignment with the habit tracking. Once we start habit tracking, it's like, okay, well, what are the things I want to start doing? What are the things I actually want to stop doing? And this will give you an opportunity to take pause, look at the habit tracker, look at the no-no list, and create your own true, habit track no-no list goal for yourself. Then we're going to learn about rest. And so rest is the only one that is twice. It's on both Sundays. And this is a chance for you to check in with yourself and go, okay, what kind of rest do I need today? Because oftentimes we're talking about self-care and rest, but it's like, what kind of rest? There are many different types of rest, and there are many different activities that we can do to give ourselves rest. And so it's a good chance on Sundays to tap in, figure out what it is that we need to do to rest. Then we are on to week 2. So week 2, we're going to start with our goal setting. This is when we're going to sort of switch focus from habit tracking to goal setting. And the first one we're going to start with is our why. We're going to start with why. What is your business? How are you running it? Why, where, the who, what, where, when, why of what you're stepping into the year for. So we're going to basically use this as a way to create affirmations for ourselves of what is it that we're stepping into 2023 with the purpose of doing what and for what purpose. What's our why for 2023? Then we're going to tap into our ikigai, which is a Japanese term for finding your life's purpose. Oftentimes in the new year, we can either come in at full force with a lot of enthusiasm and goals and motivation, or we can come into it kind of just like 2022 just spit us out its asshole. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with my life right now. And so if that's where you're feeling, the Ikigai is going to be great for you. You're going to want to tap into that worksheet, and it's going to help you figure out what the possibilities are for you, what you're good at, what people around you need, what you can make money from, and you're going to tap into that and figure out, okay, here's some opportunities for growth and success. So we're going to work on that on day 9. Then day 10, we're going to do our wheel of life. And so by day 10, we should have the beginnings of an understanding of where our holes are and where we're going to start to figure out where our life's at right now. What is our life looking like? Is it looking like a good wheel, or is it looking like a lumpy blob that needs some areas to work on? And so we're going to look at that and figure out which areas are going to be a focus over the course of this program. Then once we have all that, we're going to be able to start setting goals, because we have our start, stop, more or less. Those are some goals. We're going to have rest goals. We're going to have our Ikigai goals. We're going to have our wheel of life. Like, all of these worksheets are going to be worksheets that we're going to be able to pull from to create more solidified goals for ourselves. And in the SMART goals, we're going to pull all of those together. We're going to categorize them. We're going to give them dates. We're going to quantify them, and we're going to make them into actionable steps for ourselves that we can turn to a to-do list, which we're going to create on day 12. So once we have all our SMART goals, we've got the dates. Then if we just reorganize them by date, we've got a to-do list. And once we have actionable steps, then we can really start to achieve our goals for 2023. Once we have the to-do list, each day you'll pick some MITs, some most important tasks. These are things that you're going to want to achieve each day. Oftentimes when we create a master to-do list, it can be multiple pages and it feels very overwhelming. And so we just want to pick the most important things. Maybe you need to pay a traffic ticket. Maybe you need to schedule a doctor's appointment. Maybe you have class tomorrow. There's some things that are going to be happening tomorrow that are going to be the most important things, and they're going to be something you're going to want to focus on. We're going to start to tap into those, and once we can start to quantify importance, then we can get over decision paralysis. We're like, I have so many goals, I don't know what to do. And then we're going to rest. We're going to do another day of rest. So we're going to figure out what type of rest we need again. Then we are going to do our clean your room activity. And so this one is a really fun one, and also reminds me that I have a musical playlist that is also included with this program. I'll make sure to include it in the introductory post. And it's awesome when you're doing your cleaning your room. There's some fun music that goes along with it, and there's a lot of really great music in that folder. Honestly, I love it. So I'm gonna make sure you have that as well. And that specifically, there's a song in there called Clean Up Your Room, and it goes with the Clean Up Your Room there. So when you're trying to achieve our goals, if our house is messy, if our life is disorganized, then it's going to be easy to fall off track. It's going to feel more stressful. It's going to feel like chaotic and disorganized. And so we're really going to talk about cleaning up your room, and the metaphor of that as not only cleaning up your room, but cleaning up your house and cleaning up your life and getting your own shit in order before trying to take on the entire world. Yeah, so we're going to start internally and then work on going externally. So after we do our clean the room module, we're going to start to map out our skills. So we've got these goals, we've got inspiration, we've done our Ikigai, we've got all these ideas for potential ways we can make income this year. Next, we're going to want a skill map. What do we actually need to facilitate all of these goals? We've got all these things. There's going to be areas where potentially you are lacking, where you're struggling in these areas. And this will be an opportunity for you to figure out where your gaps are in your skills and either close that gap for yourself or hire partners to help work on the parts that you are lacking. So like if you're lacking in photography skills, you'll go get a photo shoot. Or if you can't build a website, you'll hire a web developer, etc. And so in skill mapping, we're going to literally map out what skills are needed for each one. You're going to figure out where your holes are and then how we can fill in those gaps with either skills or labor. Then we're going to talk about our habit loop. So by this time, we have been doing our habits for 2 weeks, and it'll be time to start checking in about our habits and seeing where our gaps are in our habits, right? With no judgment. We're not going to judge ourselves during this part, but we're just going to look back and we're going to see, okay, where are my habit? What are my habits? And where are the loops in my habits? And then trying to figure out what the triggers are in those habits to start nipping them in the butt so that we start to not just mask our actions with food, with cigarettes, with alcohol, but really trying to figure out what's the trigger point for that so that I can ground myself in the moment and maybe make a better decision in our habits so that we're not waking up hungover, waking up, not feeling proud of ourselves because of our actions the night before, whatever that may be. We're also going to start to talk about time management. And so we'll have talked about setting time management in the first week. You'll have an opportunity to demonstrate time management for yourself and see where you're at. And then we will tap into our time management again, and I will give you more tips and tricks for time management, and you can use those as actionable steps and look back and go, okay, so here's where my time management is lacking, and here's some steps I can do to mitigate those in the future. And then we're going to talk about our tolerations. Here's another one where we are going to be able to look back upon the weeks, see what has been going on our week, and see where potentially there's aspects in our life that are just mediocre and we're just accepting, just tolerating, but that we could take very small action steps towards fixing. So an example might be if there's just a light out in your house somewhere. A toleration would be allowing that light to be out for months and weeks and who knows how long. But just nipping that toleration is just going and buying, $1 light bulb and screwing it in. And so how many of these little 1 to 5 minute tasks are there in our life, in our day, in our house, in our career that we could be doing that could really make a huge difference in our mindset, in our emotions, in the way that we engage with the world, in our business. Yeah. And then we rest again. So we rest again on Sunday. And so that is the layout of the Get Your Act Together program. The goal is for you today to access the workbook, access the musical playlist, and make sure that you are just getting integrated into the program. And tomorrow I'll do another video on how to use the habit tracker, which I'm really excited about. And so there's 2 options for the habit tracker. You have a printable habit tracker and a digital habit tracker, because some people like a physical paper, some people like to do it digitally. And so I'm going to go over where to find those, how to use them, what's on them, and how we can maximize our time and efficiency by having a routine. Thank you so much. My name is Kristen Railing, and this is the Performer's Guide Backstage Group. This is for anybody who has been a former client You get access to this program for the duration of the 21 days. I'm so excited to be working with you on another program. And so please feel free to comment below if you watch this video with what you're most excited about and what you would like to get your act together on this year and this round for 2023. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.